You're wondering what I'm reading? Why, it's the Sugar Act, of course. You're wondering what the Sugar Act is? Well, it all started in 1764. In simple terms, the Sugar Act was a law enacted by the British revenues by preventing the smuggling of molasses into the American colonies and enforcing the collection of higher taxes and duties. The British Prime Minister, George Grenville, proposed the Sugar Act as a way for Britain to generate revenue and pay its debts from the French and Indian Wars. The Sugar Act was especially harmful to merchants and consumers in New England seaports. The colonial opposition to the Sugar Act was led by Samuel Adams and James Otis. Now, you're probably wondering what the action and reaction from the Sugar Act were, right? Of course you are. Let me pass this on to Ellie, who will tell you all about it.
Alright, so here's a little reenactment of the British and the colonies and basically what went down. Okay, so now that the navigation acts are out and you guys can only trade with us, we still actually want more money, so we're gonna tax all the sugar and all of your imports like rum and all that you guys are trading into Britain before you can export it. No thanks. If you guys are just gonna tax us so much if we trade it into Britain and out, we're just gonna start smuggling it out so that we can make more profit and don't have to get taxed by you guys. Wait, you guys smuggling is actually making us lose a lot of money, so we're gonna issue the Sugar Acts, which basically will cut your guys' tax in half for sugar and a lot of the other exports, so then we can get our money and then you guys don't have to pay as much. Wow, thanks. Now we won't have to be taxed as much. I mean, yeah, tax is still there, but yeah. And also to add on to that, now when you guys go to court or get convicted for a crime, you're gonna be going to court under our rule. So instead of it being run with the colonists and Britain, it's just us. Okay, but how is that fair? Because you obviously want us to be proven guilty by your jury, because then you'll benefit from it and get richer. Oh, don't worry, we'll be fair about it. I don't see how it could be fair if I don't have any representation in that court. No, you got it all wrong. We will sympathize with you and look at it a little bit from your point of view so that you guys actually are represented. It's like virtual representation. Oh, okay, so because you guys respect us so much, you're gonna virtually represent us. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much what the colonists were upset. Revolution is uprising soon, and I'll send it over to Michaela.
Thanks, Ellie and Ashley. So I'll summarize and wrap this up for us. The Sugar Act of 1764 was significant because it completely disrupted the New England economy. So the colonists were heavily relying on sugar and molasses to make rum, which was one of the main products that they were producing and exporting in their trade with other countries. The Sugar Act lowered taxes on molasses, but it actually added taxes to refined sugar and other goods, and it gave the British Royal Navy more resources to police trade activities and enforce the law. So the Sugar Act did successfully reduce the smuggling of molasses, but it had a negative impact on local businesses and made the post-war economic depression in the colonies even worse. As their costs went up, their production of rum went down because they weren't able to sell to as many markets. Admiralty courts just increased Britain's control over the colonial economy. These courts dealt with people accused of violating the Sugar Act, but because there was no trial by jury and no representation from the colonists, this even further frustrated Americans and led to their revolt.